I can handle a nice little trial. Plus, I get to try out Godot. Because I hear that he's also supposed to be of he's supposed to be of some Latin descent. So, this ought to be interesting.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir! Scout's honor!
Oh, what's this one? Maggie? Maggie!
Ah! Detective Gumshoe!
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Oh, don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger!
And you!
Yes?
You'd better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. I think he's serious.
Hey, detective! You're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Oh, of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm going to be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't match with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You got me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish. Of course, this is the Phoenix Wright case. It's never that easy. This is going to be... I feel like it's going to be a really interesting first day case. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Bitter. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, who's talking to me? It was a little, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty? So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Okay, so they ended up being, oh yeah, because they had to be aware for the retrial, but Jesus, man. That is a situation of, like, shit, dude. Oh, we got away scot-free. Whatever. Your opening statement, please. Mr. Trent, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That is what I intend to find out. Yeah, I know, right, Wales? Coffee! Like, I've mentioned this before in a tweet, but I'm like, now I'm serving my coffee and I'm just thinking of this dude's theme in my head. Like, I just now associate this dude with coffee. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe. Wait a minute. Other way around, Detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday?
I mean, technically, he's not wrong. Yeah, his name, Detective. Occupation, Dick. There's something funny about that. What's your occupation? I dick. Oh, that's great. You're a dick. Yeah, I'm a dick.
Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware of the fact. I played the Lenore. I heard the Dick Gumshoe so many times.
The victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the by the waitress. The waitress being the accused. Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
Is this a challenge to a dick off? Oh my god. I'll dick you anytime. No one's out dicking anyone, Ken.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
X equals victim seat. Oh, fuck. I didn't know there was math problems. This is some bullshit. Come, detective. Take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually get this. Potassium cyanide. Time of death is between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. If I recall right, potassium cyanide does not have a smell. So, I think we were on the money with that. Blueprints the crime scene. X equals victim seat. Okay. She brings it from behind, meaning that the only way this guy is not going to see anything would just be, he'd probably be in these spots. Because that means if the old man was sitting... Okay. I'm just kind of trying to build it off of what we got to work with here. Oh, thank you for picking up what I was throwing down. Yeah, of course I did.
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. What we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have, well, some kind of a motive.
Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you! That wasn't me! Man, this dude must have been like we've already seen this guy like only for a moment, but like you could definitely tell he was fucking around, man. Alright, so the victim took place. The victim was alone at the table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. He was listening to his radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? Well, how should I know?
Thanks a lot. Well, one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used?
Traces of poison were found in this coffee cup. Yeah, the poison for Cusco. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. The poison made especially for Cusco. Cusco's poison. I don't exactly remember the line in particular. So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else?
Not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, trite? The victim took his coffee black, with no sugar. It seems that the poison could have only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any? Oh my god, Phoenix.
Oh, hey, you're right.
Objection!
In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
Huh? For me? Oh, hey, you're right.
You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
Oh, my. What piece was it again? This!
Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup.
Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him.
Like,
I did not think there was going to be more there. I skipped that so quickly. He like framed one, drank that. Fuck. Holy shit.
And for the record, the only prints of the cup were the victims and the defendants.
So the coffee contained potassium cyanide covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints. Interesting.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. What we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch.
This is probably the one we need to press on. Potassium cyanide. I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe?
It's, well, that stuff's lethal. Eat too much and your history.
How much is too much? A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that?
You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much.
Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of.
Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of a motive.
You can't just say that. Some kind of a motive?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
You know what my golden rule is, Detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, Detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe.
She was... They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. I love that. Oh, I must have missed the sprite so long ago. Is it the... Which sprite is it? It was probably a Godot, wasn't it? It disappeared.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
But it wasn't just any lottery ticket.
It was a winning ticket for $500,000.
The Phoenix with coffee on his head. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, that one is a good one. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Why not? Wait a minute! The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client! Huh. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket. One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
What? I say out of all the voices that would probably give me trouble, it's definitely Gumshoe's.
Order! Order!
She's quite the lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court! Immediately!
I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Oh no, Judge, don't do that! Now the judge is gonna pour poison into somebody's cup. The winning ticket for $500,000.
This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say?
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. You really think there are any contradictions in this testimony? To be honest, I don't know. But Gumshoe told us out in the lobby. He said we'd be forming a united front, right? How will we win the case if he doesn't throw us a line? I don't have a whole lot of options right now. The best I can do is gather the facts together, I guess. Okay, I guess this is the only one I haven't picked up yet. Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
Oh, he's so desperate for that to be true. He's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said.
What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. There are two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? What should you do? Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed them. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Huh. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations, trite. I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to the guilty mill. Population, the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place, correct? Oh. Whose voice was that? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Okay, but it's hiding things. It's hiding things.
It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Well, that's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged.
Listen, the other person was a vampire. Yeah, just like 5 vampires just huddled around it. We just didn't even see it.
Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
Like an old man who knows the score.
There was also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, that's some money even I might be tempted to bend the rules.
I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court have ruled guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final, decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Oh, wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... It can't be. Blood, can it? Homie, it's ketchup. Probably.
It seems the star of our play was a little flustered.
Blood. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Something else? I presume you mean...
Of course. I'm referring to the pocket. Pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide, the very poison used by the killer, was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket?
Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What?
Order! 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 The court will accept these items into evidence.
But what's with the ketchup, then?
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court?
Blood stain? What blood stain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor! The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron!
That's ridiculous! No one told me anything about a blood stain! You don't need to be told, just look at it!
Well, detective, could this stain really be blood? No way, sir! It's just ketchup.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some in her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe!
Put a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 70 cups of ketchup, witness.
Oh, but everyone knew what it was already.
For real! What is everyone an idiot? Giving my boy Gumshoe a hard time. God.
If you haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case, the motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence, they all have been clearly established.
Well, Trite, it seems you really are a phony, after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
Oh, man. I figured that was enough for Dick. Alright.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of a scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him either. We figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
Alright.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good.
Last chance to convince the court that you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. Okay, so this one's gotta count. I gotta make something work here. Also, my sheer sheer coincidence, I think I've been needing to consume a little bit more of this lemon water than I've been expecting. And I'll be surprised if I'm gonna need to break the refill again. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe?
There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened.
We're obviously talking about the same old man.
Officers dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. Everything is alive! And then he hurled abuse at them. And seeds. Seeds. It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth.
I guess not even a mighty good dog can avoid being attacked by that guy.
The old man was the only other customer at the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime.
Weird. Let's see. She passed out. Let's figure that one out. How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officers got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too. Oh, God.
I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that. All pretty and peaceful.
Yeah, but you're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a bird watcher.
Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation. Oops! I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I?
Oh my God. Why is that? He didn't have any? Are you saying it was stolen then?
No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal.
What the fuck was he doing in the restaurant?
All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents?
Yeah! I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Kind of like you, Phoenix.
Or some kind of outlaw.
Why not give him a bit of an edge?
I think I'm onto something here. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. Oh, shit. I was trying to back up, not go forward. So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh, yeah! The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh? And they're just going to let him get away with it?
It was just $1, detective.
I guess no one cares if it's that little, except for Gumshoe. If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand out his verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with, and we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only... Oh my god. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Holy shit, dude. Come on, Gumshoe. Be the dumbest you ever been. Oh my god, dude. Be the dumbest you ever been. Wait a second.
Huh? Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to in this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly?
Oh, that.
He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table, along with the lottery ticket. It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Tribulations. We got the victim's name from a medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court.
Oh boy. We need to... I hope this is not one of those situations where the most stupidest answer is probably going to be the one that gives us more. Fortunately, I'm going to pick the most sane one. So what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty.
Huh. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, Trite?
No. What happened with the investigation after that, detective? I guess that is just a bottle. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket?
Hey! Yeah, you nailed it, pal! Hey, it happens to me all the time! We had a department party the other day, and like when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes! Objection! Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Sorry. So, Trite, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence?
Well... I'd love to if I had it.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. And that was it. There was nothing else missing for the crime scene.
So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison was accounted for. Oh. I see what we gotta do. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribulations. Where then did the medicine disappear to?
You're too cool, pal! Indeed! Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness! Why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh?
The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. That's okay.
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
Huh. That's all. What?
Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear... Orderlige... New ear... Otolaryngin... Holy shit. New ear... Otolaryngological clinic. Otolaryngological? Damn it, I think I just had it too. Otolaryngol... That?
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum.
He ruptured his eardrum?
What on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What? Oh, okay.
It's mentioned in the autopsy report, if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Yes, here it is. And very, very fine print.
It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of this medication while he was at the Tribulations. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
Ah, it seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No. Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Larry Gelato. Nah, no. I was trying my best not to say it like that either. Laryngological? Laryngelatological? Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime?
But the medication in question was for topical use instead of the inside of the ear canal.
That doesn't change the fact that it cannot be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may be, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would only contain potassium cyanide.
It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitresses served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable.
That's enough! Mr. Godot, Is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot!
I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there at the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Kudo? The pigeon hater?
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. That is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Court is adjourned for recess.
God damn. Phew. That was a lot. Okay, let me I shall be right back. I'm just gonna go refill my water. Cause yeah, at this rate, I'm gonna exhaust through the entire one bottle that I had. Oy, yay, yay. Whew. Okay. The fact that we hit ourselves a nice recess and it hasn't broke off yet, it's something tells me this might be just like a little quick day 1 trials. Oh, well, this part 2 trial might be a little bit quicker than expected, so that's a good thing, I think. I think we'll be done in a reasonable time. Well, I guess like my game plan is we'll probably get to the end of this day, or like the end of this particular trial. And then I assume it's gonna be like, we'll need another day for investigation, blah blah blah. And then that's when we'll break off stream. Hopefully it's not gonna be that too long now. Whew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How can he betray us like that? Huh? He said he helped me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was just backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Oh, poor Gumshoe. What the fuck, man? Gumshoe, like... This is so fucked up. Not my favorite character, too. Gummy, yeah. He's getting that dick. Gummy's getting dick down. It's really sad. So, the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kudo.
lover of waitress outfits and projectile seats. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even at those never-ending bird seats. Oh, good. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me just get another sip of water since there's a moment. Ah. All right. Back into it.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
The prosecution calls the lucky old timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. What a duty and what makes me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too.
There we go. That's the voice. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
My occupation? Listen, youngin', how much call do you think there's for this kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do! Or I did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you can embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh, yes. I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino. Seeds? What do you think these are? I see.
So you saw everything that happened, Gramps?
Did I? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. I should have.
Then please tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure. I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this. How many voices can I fucking... Oh.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like it was a terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. Oh, I remember her well.
Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones?
Newfangled?
All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me?
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. All right, so the young man was reading the sports paper. So we go. She put something in it. Let's see. Let's press that. Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I.
I see.
My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I'll need spectacles for reading and driving.
I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress.
And I saw what the serving girl put into the Tarantino as well.
I better know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not going to like it. I love the fucking deadpan. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please?
Sure, sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Okay, it was white powder. I forgot. Let's look at the court case. Deadly powdery poison. Okay, it's definitely clear we're talking about. Maybe we have to press it. Did she really put that into the coffee?
You doubt me, boy? She took some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in.
Couldn't she have been adding sugar?
Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that?
Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
A bottle like this, perhaps?
Oh, there it is! That's the one!
That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume.
So what did the accuser put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you?
Okay.
Hey, the man!
Oh, wait, we've already read all this. It's just whenever we need to press. I'm like, where are the prompts? I've been pressing fucking Discord. I've been typing Q into Discord. He took just one sip?
You youngins, you waste everything. Those Tarantinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died.
Congratulations. You've earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom.
So it was immediate death. Well, for potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible.
Oh, yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the Tarantino I just drank turn sour in my stomach.
Oh, yes, I know that feeling.
And the waitress, I presume she is...
Okay, let's just press this for the fuck of it. You said, I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you could identify her by?
Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry?
Oh, now there's somebody raiding the damn channel without testimony. How dare you? Could you, what is that, Johnny Booger? Okay, it had.
Well, so much for that bit. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. That's a wonderful raid. Welcome in. You missed where I was pretending to be Kudo, getting mad over a raid. That's all you missed. But yeah, welcome in, raiders. How's everyone? Holy moly. What were you guys doing? You guys are doing Pokemon, right? What kind of Pokemon was it going? House Trials and Tribulations. It's... Oh, man. This particular case has been pretty exciting. I think I've really been enjoying it. If you like, we have some countermeasures for you, ranging from like 1 through 4. Would you like to pick a countermeasure before you end up lurking? I need to rest now. COVID fatigue is coming up again. Okay, yeah, no, that's understandable. 4 for Jin, you got it. But yeah, no, I'm really liking Ace Attorney. This has been really fun. But yeah, no, do what you gotta do, Junie. Like, do what you gotta do. Like, just rest up, do what you have to. Like, I hope it all goes by. And as for everyone else, let me throw down that countermeasure for you. Please enjoy.
Welcome to the bread bag. We sell bread, we sell loaves. We got bread on deck, bread on the floor. Toasted.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Listen, I just need a baguette and a brioche.
We don't have either of those. You can get the gluten-free white bread, the potato bread.
What the fuck is gluten? Take that shit out.
It's gluten-free.
I don't care if it's free.
Swear on your fucking Yeezys. If you want to fight, we gonna fight.
You trying to be on World Star?
Well, you gonna record it?
Yeah. I got my dollar store camera
on.
What's the fucking situation?
What the fuck do you want?
I'm the motherfucking manager
at the bread store.
Thank you guys very much for raiding in.
Order! Bailiff, smack his nuts!
No! Who do you think you are? You can't do this to me!
I forgot that video was still visible. That's why I activated it. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is the Mech Super Mario. If you don't know what I do, I just like to do a lot of variety stuff. You know, sometimes I play the most recent release, you know, the hottest new game. Sometimes I play some Samurai. Sometimes I play Ace Attorney. Because honestly, I've been going through these, like the trilogy, like steadily but slowly. And I figured I might as well just start doing Trials and Tribulations on stream. So here we are, and I'm currently on case 3. We're kind of, I wouldn't say we're in the middle of it, like middle of this like story, but if you've been looking to do Trials and Tribulations in your own time, I do, you know, I will say there is going to be a spoiler warning, because yeah, we're definitely into this. But yeah, no, thank you guys very much for raiding in. Thank you again, Junie, for coming in and bringing your wonderful audience. But yeah, do get that rest that you need. Anyway, let's get back into it. I think I forgot. Hang on, I'll just carry on with the conversation. I'm really happy they're releasing a trilogy of the last 3 games. I emulated 5 and 6 in the Citra as well as the investigation games, just so I could play through them. Aw, nice. I think investigation is definitely one I want to go, want to get my hands on as well, because I'd say out of the characters, like it's like Gumshoe, Edgeworth, Bo the Clown. That's kind of been like the top 3 as of recent. So. Very good stuff. Anyways.
You can see all the way up to, you know, she's practically naked in that uniform.
So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone can wear just such a uniform. Even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image.
Oh, well, fuck you too, Judge. I'm sure there's a lot of good people that want to see Phoenix Wright in the maid outfit. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away.
There are other things I recognize about her, too.
He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Well, test him. Just keep in mind Investigations 2 never came out in the US, so you'll have to download the fan translation. That is good to note, yeah. Yeah, sure. Like, that shouldn't be too hard. I could find something that just has it nice and translated. I gotta see about that. I'll definitely have to be next in the docket if I don't just like redo Great Ace Attorney. When is Nick going to court in the waitress outfit? Right? Is that like the DLC? Is that like the special outfit that we get once we complete the trilogy? That'd be so great. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right, Mr. Kudo. These other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask you to add them to your testimony.
Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose.
There was a ribbon in her hair? Is she talking? Oh my god, he's talking about Maya, eh? That's not ribbons. Oh no, that is a ribbon. Oh god, I might have a very loose interpretation of ribbon. Before that, I still need to play through 4, 5, and 6 of Layton. I'm really hoping for the collection on Switch or on PC, given the new Layton's coming out. Right? I feel like there's been certain like game franchises that have been pretty good at just like dropping like the entire collection first before they start introducing the new game. Especially with like the more like niche kind of games, I've realized. Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitresses the whole time. That's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitresses. I guess. She makes a good point, though. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie. That's what we have to figure out, Nick. Okay, a ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose. I think we have... Oh, good thing we have that one picture to show it. Oh, was that not a picture? That was just like a... Unless... Oh, no, that's not it. I figured he would notice all the stains on there, too. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a person profile one. I'm guessing this counts as a ribbon, so let's try it. Nope. Or maybe I got the logic backwards. That's okay, I can reload. Yeah. Oh wait, maybe we just need the press. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face.
Sci-fi wouldn't remember that.
The witness noticed the straps of the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right. I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight.
There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. The waitress is back? Oh. A ribbon and loose. Oh, God. What? The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back.
Hey, so what?
Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
He's got you there, Gramps.
People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. Wait a minute, did he just object just to be like, you got ratioed, Grandpa? Is that what he just did? Alright. Yeah, no, you know, Godot is kind of, he's hitting up the ranks a bit. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
This is harassment. I'll tell you I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony.
Sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet.
There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front.
What is it? Okay. Yeah, Godot is pretty rad. It's crazy that he's in our bad side. He seems like that kind of person that would just want to help us too. Or like test us. You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face, yes?
Ain't no question about it. I didn't come this far to back down now. Victor Kudo never backs down.
That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This has turned into a matter of pride for old CD now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. Oh, okay. No, there is something we need to find. Okay. The manager of the sports paper. Serpent Go brought him a Javashino. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Oh! Now that's when we put down the apron. Yeah, there we go. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this.
Yeah. That filthy thing would shoot filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like, just after he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't. You think I forget something as dirty as that? Huh? Well, you half-witted clot!
That fucking face. That fucking face.
What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here.
Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front.
Oops! I did it silly.
Witness! You can't just, oops, I did it silly, you're way out of this.
Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, trite. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird.
Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted.
He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out.
Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
Here we go. This is what's gonna really screw him over.
He was another one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept wrestling his pages. And the young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl question brought over the Javicino. That little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail.
Yes! I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. I love that. It's like, yeah, yeah, we're gonna break this man's legs. It happens. Okay, newspaper in his right hand. Let me just clarify that. Yeah, okay. Sports paper, okay. The noisy bat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well. Okay, adds up. The server girl question brought over the Javicino. Yep. Picked up his cup with his free hand. It doesn't exactly say what hand he used it. Let's check this. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it?
Hey, young hooligan! I nearly asked him, can you even read without fidgeting? I wish I was supposed to be able to read the back page with all that wrestling going on. I need to find out how Guts and Braun retained his championship title.
It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy your own?
What are you looking at me like that for, huh? Ow!
Guts and Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. I like when it's like everyone's just like, yeah, Guts and Braun. Okay, newspaper in his right hand, noisy brat can rest on the pages. Broken pair of spectacles. Should probably press that. Spectacles?
Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well.
He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses.
He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. shaders, shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
We better come up with something sharp and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Newspaper was right hand. The manager's list. The wireless?
You're decadent, young rascal. In my day, he was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
And using an earpiece, it's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
Was he that desperate to listen on the radio?
Why do you look at me like that? Shut up.
Let's get this. You mean the waitress who only saw you from who you only saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, is that right?
Maybe.
What does it matter if I saw it from the front or from behind? Ah!
Which hand? Okay, I guess the free hand. We need to figure out which hand.
Yes.
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was wrestling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? His free hand was in his right hand, and it was frickin'.
Perhaps the great Mr. Trite has 3 hands.
Yeesh, I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do. Even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. Would you really So we gotta be intensely picky, huh? Okay. The photo of the scene taken from near the kitchen. It's kind of hard to tell which hand he was using from that one. Maybe we just really need to go for the spectacle. But we don't have anything that would... We don't have evidence that would actually, like, declare it. Bunch of sports papers. Hold on a minute. Right hand's holding the hand. There's a drink with the left. He's got one hand listening in the radio, and he's got the other. He had to put something down. All right, let's just try it. Let's just try the obvious one first. Nah, that didn't do anything. Okay, if it's not gonna be that. Newspaper in the right hand, noise bracket rustling the pages. Young man was listening to the wireless. Cervical question about the Javachino. He picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. I guess we gotta throw down that picture, huh? No. Let me see, I probably need to press something again. Wait to see if I can challenge him with the spectacles. We can't tell if he's Okay, the next best thing I can think of is where is the newspaper? That'd be the next best thing I can think of. No. Okay, this one's actually got me in for a stump. Yeah, the newspaper's right hand, notice the back and rest of the pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that one. The servant girl question about the Javachino. Let me check this one again. Not that. Well, I could press this again, I guess. He was one of those pesky young types. He was wearing a broken pair of... broken pair of spectacles, yes. Newspaper is right hand. The young man is listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Is it because you got the... No, hold on. Oh, it's this. Okay, hold on. Before I go nuts, let's hear what it's gotta be. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory. I tell you nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Trite?
According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left.
What is this, kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes. There's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider what that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, that's a good deduction. See, my thinking was, what hand is he using if he's got the cup as well? Because, like, you know how some people, like, not only are they holding the cup, but they also holding the plate as well? That doesn't mean he had a free hand. Like, because you got one hand picking up the plate, and you got the other hand, like, sipping the coffee. That's what was my thinking. But I didn't even consider the fact that, yeah, that's the right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park when he...
Wait! Hey, you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad? You're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw.
You still insist on your testimony.
A young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh, yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot that you spiky-head yahoo whatever fuck.
Spiky-haired yahoo.
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Don't call me old man. Old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I got to say.
I'm sorry, Mr. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure. Why not hear a little more?
Mr. Kudo!
But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand.
Hey, thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
Ah, boy. Left hand or right hand?
And your boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens on his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor, often used by programmers.
Ooh, fuck off. That's so rad.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called a HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HTTP, DVD, CD. All these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts. In all good old black and white.
Okay. Let's see. Boy was wearing his earpiece or something. That's correct. He was fiddling with it all the time. So, okay. Fiddling it just before picking up the cup, too. Okay. Then he used the same cup to pick up the cup. His left hand. So the fingerprints are not on the thing, because you can always pick it out. Let's see what Phoenix has to say about this. I'm actually curious to see what the end text is. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right. Yeah, chuck evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? Let's figure this one out. Why is he fiddling with it? It seems he kept an eye on Mr. Glenn Elk.
He was getting on my nerves. rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went about all the fuss dying for one sip of cappuccino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked.
So I take it the victim was a walking ball, nervous energy. Was feeling it just before. The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with?
Oh, you're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. What fastens your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah. You're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you?
No, I didn't mean.
Obviously, you use the hand on the same side of the body there.
Ow! So if he had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo.
That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me.
It looks like he really is. The boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the green line. Let me see what he's. Yeah, oddly specific. So the victim was wearing an HMD.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure you would? I'm gonna see. Are you sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side?
No question. I could only see from that side of the head from where I was sitting.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. On the opposite tables, you only have a view of the side of the victim's head. Yeah, it's very oddly specific. Is there a mirror in that? Hang on, let me double check something. Okay. If I try to present it this. Wait a minute. Is that what that is? Oh, fuck me. Ah. I fucking hit the button by accident. I fucking hit the wrong button by accident. He must fiddle with it. Okay, profiles. Let's give it a try. I'm thinking what it probably is my thinking is if he's got to put the cream on that left ear, then because his left eardrum's busted, then he has to put the radio on his right side. So it's still the right side of the thing. That's my thinking. But let's see. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there was something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition are found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon! Pretty pigeon!
Order! Order! Order!
This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when he knows the eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot?
A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain, are you calling me a drip?
No, he's calling you a dipshit. This is the victim's coffee cup in which a potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lady drank his cappuccino.
Oh, the lad.
The lad drank his cappuccino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left.
That's what the old man saw.
Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand and the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this!
Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether this witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless.
I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce.
Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old foggy!
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there.
Why did I have to go so badass, man? Why did I have such a badass line?
I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Kudo?
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bubbling old man who can dot his T's or cross his I's now.
How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do.
I kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know.
What? There's more?
To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I wanted a chance. I wanted a crack at you young shark.
Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter of this eccentric old man's scrapbook.
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Jamachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
That's enough, witness. I believe it'll be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet, much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
You better get ready, youngster.
I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Infinite ammo.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of the Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, hmm?
He is Phoenix. It's up, down, left, right, A, B. Try it sometime. What on here? I don't want to know what the A and B would be in this.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You're doubting me again! You're doubting a poor defense's old man!
No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what, probably. That's all I could think of. And I have to cross-examine the guy.
Yeah, bird brain. That's why that's all you could think of.
Oh, man. And I was like so happy to be done.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please.
Alright, here's hoping this is the last moment.
First of all,
Oh, yeah. A vase, you say?
yes. There are vases on all the tables in that place. There are accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over.
Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them, too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase?
Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define...
Okay, I get it.
I heard it break, and the sound of it is burned into my memory clear as day. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked.
Okay. Soaked in water, you mean?
Yes, it splashed me on the knee as well.
You said you were sitting at the table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet the water still managed to splash onto you?
It was cold. I clearly remember it splashing me.
Could the water really make it all the way across the other side of the room? In what way? You mean the vase of the victim's table falling upside down and breaking?
The vase turned upside down, and my testimony's turning this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain?
I'm impressed by your ability to waste time. Godot hasn't raised any objections for a while now.
So, you young show-off, with that scrap of information, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat.
He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya. It's you he's looking at, Nick. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, young'un. I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge, then. I guess if we are to believe where he was sitting, I guess that's what we need to do? Nope. Also, I don't remember if I saved, so I think I'll just take that loss. Yeah, it was a bit. Okay. We'll just take the loss. Maybe I need to keep pressing more. Maybe he'll give me something. The court has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo.
I know that. I was just setting the mood. Oh, so am I supposed to build up the suspense, huh?
The suspense?
Yes, now, what do you think? Should I work the audience a bit more?
No. Please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible.
All right, yeah, where was I? Oh, yes, the young boy slumped over the table and,
He knocked over a vase. The one thing I don't like about this game is that the trial break don't refill your health like they did on the DS. Yeah, from what I understand, it's just it's a bug too. From what I understand, they just never bothered to fix it. Like apparently that was unintentional, so it's just like, oh, okay. Guess is what happens. Oh. You're right. We have a crime photo. Wow. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene.
so what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Lost your tongue, Granddad?
I'm no granddad of yours, I'm Scotch.
Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now?
I just remembered something.
Yes, go on.
The broken face. It was on my table.
What?
Ah, well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today.
Hey, I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more! I got more to say! Oh yes, I remember something else.
Shut up! Bailiff! Smack his nuts! God damn it. All right. Really gotta stop saying that. Escort the witness out of the courtroom!
Wait, no! Listen to me!
Well, we do seem to have been considerably sidetracked. But I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
I see, Wanky's peepee. No, how you doing, Mr. Cool Banana? We're doing pretty good. We had, this case has been particularly zesty. And I'm enjoying it. Although, I think once we get ourselves to like a to be continued, we're gonna call it a wraps.
Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
the mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
What? One more thing, Your Honor?
The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever.
The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Good, that was really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. Your own, my own, there's yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor.
When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old apology. 5-year-old apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Oh, they gave us all 3 copies too? God damn it. That's so funny. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. That was a hell of a session. Okay. People said Mo definitely detracted from the case. But like, this old guy just really had nothing to offer. He kind of did bring some things to light, but I feel like he wasted more time than Mo ever did. So I think Mo has some justification. I think that's a excellent, that's a +1 for good old Mo the Clown. Was the old guy useless? I'd say so. I mean, in terms of the bigger times of the story, like, so far, according to my observations, this has been kind of useless. Because we don't know what the info is going to be used for later. Okay, let me rephrase then. He was a waste of, like, he was probably the most waste of time testimony. Let me put it like that. But I think it's fine. Like, this was entertaining. I really did, like, at least the guy's enjoyable. But yeah, I think that ought to do it for tonight. Because, what are we at? Yeah, we're about 5 hours in, and honestly, if there was more, if I had more of my home, if I had more people to help out with the voices, it definitely help. But yeah, all right. So let me throw up in the stream stuff here. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight to enjoy like a nice little session of Trials and Tribulations. We'll try to pick this up tomorrow, same time. Assuming my voice isn't shot from today. We'll pick this up tomorrow, same time. We'll try to see if we can get through with the entirety of episode 3. But it's solely going to depend if we end up having to do another trial, or they end up doing another day's worth the next time. So